Hey guys, Jonathan here, also known as the Pie in the Sky, bringing you a different background. I don't know if you've watched my previous videos, but I was once living in the Sunshine State called Florida. But I'm not in the Sunshine State anymore. I'm in the Volunteer State now, Tennessee, Knoxville to be exact. I just want to make a little video sharing my thoughts between living in the Sunshine State, Florida versus Knoxville. I'm not going to take up much of your guys' time. If you want to see this, if you want to hear my opinion, I'm just going to give it to you right now. No introductions, no BS required, none of this, subscribe to me, stuff all over the walls, whatever. Let's just get right to it. Let's just talk. This is just more of a ramble, so I'm just going to ramble starting right now at 53 seconds. Let's go. Anyway. So I noticed living, when I first moved to Tennessee, it's so different in good ways, and it's got differences in bad ways, of course. The number one difference living here versus Florida is the people. People are so much nicer here. People are so much more willing to help you. Getting to know people was way easier. Everybody's more laid back, although I don't really know my neighbors per se yet. We moved into a townhouse. My girlfriend and I did. We don't really know our neighbors yet. We just moved in about a month ago. But we love it so far. The cost of living here also is exceptional. You might have heard that before, but truly the cost of living here versus living in, let's say, Florida is astronomically different and better, if I may add. I lived in Florida, so when we lived in Florida, we paid about 1024-ish. I think like with utilities it was like 1100 something, which is a lot of money for a 750 square foot apartment in Florida. I don't know if that sounds really expensive, but to me that's very expensive. But we were close to the airport for our job, which is why we did it. So, but times have changed now, and I saw an opportunity for us to move to Tennessee. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do it." So it was way easier. The decision was just definitely already made when they announced Tennessee was going to be opening. So, but anyway, living here, cost of living's great. People are great. Weather's great here too. You might hear people say, "Oh, it's so cold in Tennessee." Well, duh, it's not. We're not in a tropical, 100% tropical climate anymore. Can't even talk. There's luscious mountains in the background. There's beautiful scenery, and I plan on making a lot more videos here than I did in the Florida area. I was working so much and had never had time to make videos. I'm off actually today on a Sunday. That's unheard of for me. If you knew what my job and schedule was, you'd be like, wow. It's crazy. It's just insane how much, it has changed for the good here in Tennessee versus, being in the Sunshine State. I can't say Sunshine State all the time, so whatever. The third thing I'd say I like better about living here versus versus Florida, is even though Florida had the Mouse House as the home, we're right near Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and everybody pretty much knows what's there. Dollywood also. So there's a ton of stuff to do in, the greater Knoxville areas where I am technically, in the Tennessee area. So lots to do here. Lots to do. You can do something every day. Like in just a few minutes here, I'm going to plan to go out for a bike ride. It's almost Thanksgiving or less than a week from Thanksgiving, and it's 60 degrees outside. That's awesome. Coming from Pittsburgh, where it's 33, usually snowing by Thanksgiving, cold, you don't get, our Black Fridays every year is snow and cold, which is a lot. It is November. I'm not expecting, with the exception of Florida and other tropical areas, California, Texas, whatever. Well, it's not tropical, but warmer, I should say, areas of the U.S. You don't see weather like that much anymore in November. But weather here is phenomenal. It's been phenomenal, and I'm hoping it stays phenomenal. So that's one humongous benefit too. But my dislikes is it's not all good always. It's not always good. So the top 3 dislikes. Number one, I don't like is there's hills here. I lived where there were hills in Pennsylvania, but these are massive hills. I think I could be wrong again. But I personally don't mind hills, but where I live is on a steep hill, so a lot of places you move, I guess, around this area, it's going to be harder to find flat areas, and that's probably not true, but it's, roads are more windy here. You use more caution, I should say, when you have to drive, so it's more of a caution, not that you did in Florida, but, I guess the hills are more windy here, and it's a little more cautiously. The second thing is I wish, and I know I didn't want the super ultra hot weather when I moved here. I didn't want the super, warm climate. I wanted more of a seasonal approach, and that's, I guess, the only thing I don't like about it is I wish all the other stuff. Well, there's some stuff in Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg that's seasonal. For the most part, it's year round, but like Dollywood has its seasonal stuff, and it's done for the winter, till May or whatever it hits. And then you have, you can't go do go-karts at NASCAR, Speed Park up there, and good stuff like that. You have to go, But that's not a big deal to me, but I just wish, I guess, things were a little... Because it's weird. You get days here where it's 60 degrees, and then you get days where the other day was only a high of 40. So I could see why they do the whole seasonal thing, so it's whatever. I guess, the nice about the driving of Tennessee, it's patience for driving, as is with any state. Pennsylvania is no better. And especially when you have, though, I notice you have rain or any kind of ice here, to leave extra early, because people, when they drive here, drive way slower when they see, rain's like maybe the end of the world to them. I don't know what it is, but it's not a huge deal. People are still real cool here. There's tons of places to shop. Where I live, it's like insane for shopping. I really have difficulty trying to find a bad thing to say about Tennessee. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I really don't. It's got everything I really want. It's got the work I want. It's got the things to do I want. It's got the trails. It's got so many things. I don't know what to really say bad. The three things I said bad, or maybe it was two, whatever. The things I just said that were bad are just kind of being nitpicky, and I'm really just saying that, honestly. I guess the only other bad thing I could say for my end of for work and stuff, getting in and out of here is difficult flights wise. It's limited because it's a smaller city, but again, that's all nitpicky. It could definitely be resolved. But anyway, thanks for sticking with me. If you continue to, I plan on making more videos. I'm gonna definitely show what my outside the house here look, my little townhouse, or our little town. I guess our girlfriend's side. It's our little townhouse. Our patio looks like. Our porch, our outside looks like. In fact, there's just so much I can show. Let's do that in a separate video, though, so I don't take too much of your guys' time. But thanks for sticking with me. Don't forget, stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.